Ta-da! Right on time. Son of a bee. Wow. Struggle bus. Who's driving? Nobody knows. Children yapping. Microphones' heads are falling off. Good grief. I'm sorry, everybody. That took me way longer than anticipated. 7-11? No, I'm sorry. Good grief. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry. If you want to leave, don't. But I would understand if you wanted to. But I suggest you don't. My mom is in the house. Hi, Mom. Roger Reese, Justin Potts, Wendy Miller, Larry 3R, Larrier, Chris Bickford, Keith Stepanski, friggin' Bill's in the house. Cheers all. And my daughter's college graduation. Congratulations, little friggin' Bill. Bill, what is a female name for Bill? Wilma. No. Bilma. That's bad. Can't say, but I want to say happy freaking Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Justin Potts, Cody Burgess, Joe Dickinson, Cheech is here, Brad Martz. What's going on, everybody? Sean Holgrave is in the house, Wendy Miller, Lord Stephen, Lord have mercy, Callie Reynolds. What's going on? Ricardo Carroll. That's a fun name. Ricardo. I like it. Yeah, friggin' microphone falling apart. I just tried to put it through here. Just tried to put it through there, and then all hell broke loose. That's my bad. That's my bad. David Peterson was able to pick up a Michters barrel strength yesterday. Hells yeah. JP Harrell. Oh, cheers everyone. From Ty Elise, sipping on some cream of Kentucky Barrel King Batch 81 up next. Oh, this it's my jam right there. It's my jam because yeah, I'm glad that you'll like that. That makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. You're going to tell your son this was Charlie Chaplin? Let me Google Charlie Chaplin. The name sounds familiar. I just need to know whether to call you son of a bitch or not. Charlie Chaplin. I'm going to Google prime Charlie Chaplin. I don't want no, not good. Nope. Don't see it. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll take it. That was the first image I saw, and no. Then I saw this. I'll take that all day. Yeah, Charlie freaking Chaplin. That's me. That is me. Speaking of Chaplin, we were chaperoning kids' field trip over the last couple of days. And by we, I mean my wife. I drove her and my daughter, my oldest. Actually, we all went. We went as a family. They had what I would consider to be the most unnecessary field trip that all second graders go on. They went to we live on the west side of Colorado. They drove 6 hours on a bus. Took us a lot, not 6 hours, but the bus ride was 6 hours to a zoo in Colorado Springs where they stayed overnight. They slept there. And then the next morning they came back. I wasn't letting my child ride on a school bus for 6 hours through the mountains. Not happening. So we ended up driving. My wife chaperoned, and she stayed there with our oldest and slept on a concrete floor with a sleeping bag. She's not been happy. The last couple of days I've been trying to make her days better because she's got concrete back and concrete neck. And that cemented the fact that she would have a rough week ahead. Yeah. So I'm just trying to make things better for her. Just a good husband, doing what good husbands do. Rubbing stuff, getting her whatever she needs. That's what I do all the time, actually. Just a prime example of a fine husband. Drums and Drams is here. T. Jarrett, Devin, Hey, Matt, sipping on last of my Sagamore Sherry that I literally bought moments after watching your review on it. Cheers, man. Cheers, Devin. Killing it. Inconceivable. What? Billy. Oh, yeah, Billy is a female Bill. Wilhelmina. That's not it. That's not it either. Tornado Alley Adventures. Long-time viewer, first-time live. Cheers, all. Cheers, Tornado Alley. I bet your content is a bit more exhilarating than mine, if you have content. The only twisters I do is in a glass, called SJs. They're spin jobs. Category 1s normally. Have I hit a category 4? Actually, never mind. Those are hurricanes. Son of a bitch. An F4? F5? No F5s. Mostly F3 swirl jobs in my hand. Mostly F3s. Slept at the zoo. Yeah. Like 6 hours on a bus to look at animals at night, to sleep on a concrete floor, then wake up the next morning, look at more animals for a couple hours, and then head on back. We stayed in Denver last night. So Colorado Springs, I slept on the most uncomfortable pillows at this hotel, and I couldn't even complain about it because my wife slept on a concrete floor. So I can't even complain about how I slept. I slept like crap, but I have no room to complain. None. So I'll complain to you. Pillows, they're soft and cushy, super cool, right? But when you lay your head on them and they friggin' fold like this, like God parting the sea or whatever, and the pillow, and your head hits the bed, and then no matter what you do, your head just keep. How about you get some pillows that actually support your head, huh? I needed to vent. I couldn't vent to my wife. She wasn't gonna hear it. But anyway, then last night we slept in Denver, stayed in Denver, went to Casa Bonita finally. Casa Bonita. It's the shit. We were on a waiting list for a year. Food? Not that great. The entertainment, though, phenomenal. Mike Meows, love the channel. Thanks for being here, Mike. Justin Potts, Points and Disco 11. You just got back and you're doing live? Yeah, just got back, I don't know, a few hours ago. And yeah, here we are, live and in person. Picked up a few bottles on the trip. Some people call that a work expense. Hopefully it's the right people. Few bottles I got. I actually ordered this online from a store. It's like semi-local. On the way to Colorado Springs, the store was. Tell the kids I'm live streaming and they don't give a crap. It's fine. Got this for $110 on an online shop. Like, come pick it up. I thought for sure I was going to order it and they were going to tell me no, that they don't have it in stock. That's what usually happens when you order like allocated products from their website. It's usually like, oh, that was a mistake. Nope, they sold it to me for fair and square. It's a 2024 Michters limited release barrel strength Kentucky straight rye whiskey. 122 proof. It looked like 222 proof actually, but that's not possible. No, it says 112 proof. Man, that looks like it's the same. Oh, this never works. Oh, it's not even gonna come close. I can get an angle. No, wait, is that it? Oh, dang it. There it is. That looks like 222 proof to me. Oh, I'm trying to hold it steady. Whew. 112 proof. I paid less than $1 per proof, which is really good for a Michters barrel strength rye. Then, in the same town, every year this liquor store does a charity raffle auction, where they auction off a lot of their allocated bottles that they got throughout the year. Last year I paid a lot for a Willet 6-year rye, if you recall. That just tasted funky. This year, I thought I got lucky. Because this is what I won. Mark, you're the best, dude. And I need to shoot you some pictures of what I got over here, Mark, because I don't want to just surprise you with stuff that you don't want. But I appreciate you, Mark. Thank you very much. Yeah, Colorado Springs Zoo. It's called like the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Travis Robeson's here. Bring your own pillow, right? But then it's like also frowned upon, because what if you never want to like bring bedding into somewhere that you're going to bring back? It's almost like you need a travel pillow that you throw away. That sounds like rich people stuff, though. Life from the patio. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Hopefully life from the patio is good. Hopefully you're not on the patio because you got, is that like the doghouse? Except for you don't have a dog. You just got sent to the patio. Yeah, Casa Bonita is awesome. They got cliff divers who like jump into the water and the puppet show, and then like a magician, balloon animals, all sorts of stuff. And then everything's free. Like you pay for your tickets and your food, and then everything inside is free. So it's like, oh, there's a magician for free. Loved it. It's good. Oh, that's what I was saying. Jeez Louise, I am all over the place. I can make out Michters. Yeah, okay. Wasn't that close, huh? KH, 2 years ago, I got my wife into bourbon, watching your videos often while trying the bourbon you were reviewing. Now she's pregnant and I'm sipping for 2. Cheers, Matt, Keith, Ash. Oh, well, I bet you she's probably gonna have like a super palate after she has a baby. She's just gonna be like, taste like a professional. I don't know. That's what I heard anyway. I didn't hear that. It's awesome you're having a kid. Yeah, taking a break from bourbon because you're pregnant. And you're just drinking it in front of her. You're rude. That's a rude thing. That's a rude thing, Keith. But I understand. Hopefully she gets to do something rude to you. Like eat your favorite food in front of you. And you can't have any. Not because you're pregnant, though. Just because. All right, let's see here. You ever tried a Willet Purple Top? Yes, I've tried a few. Some of them are phenomenal. Others are like, meh. Some of them are like, huh. I don't know a lot about them, but I know that they're all different, right? Like, they're not all sourced from the same place, and some of them are 6 years old. Some of them are like 26 years old and shit. I don't know. That's not financially, what do you call it? You got to be in a different tier of like whiskey professional to be into the purple tops or know the right people, I guess. Oh, anyway, by the way, I got my new upper teeth. Does it look better? I think it looks better. There's not as much gopher-ish. The lisp is still there, but I'm working on it. It's getting a bit better. But I think it looks a little better, right? I think it looks a little bit better. Smaller teeth up top. I don't know. Feels better for sure. Anyway, oh yes, the charity auction thing. So they sell these bottles and then like you bid on them until the bidding is over, and then the highest bid gets the bottle. Well, I thought I was, where did it go? This is what I won. And I want to know your opinion. How would you have handled it? This is what I won. Boom. Congratulations, you have won item 197, Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, 750 milliliters. So I got it for $105. It's a charity. Like, first of all, the bottle, that special release single barrel Jack Daniel's rye is worth probably a lot more than that. But maybe people just didn't know what was there. So I bid on it and I won $105. Oh, wrong side. This is what I got. Shit. Don't work. Damn it. Nothing ever works the way I want it to work. Ever. Oh, there it is. So it's not the same. It's not the same. So I went in and I paid for it, then they gave me that, and I was like, well, that's not what was on there. then they were like, well, you don't have to buy it if you don't want it. I'm like, well, I definitely want it. I definitely want it. But that wasn't the picture. But fine, it's fine. This one is 136.1 proof, which is crazy. But I've never seen these in Colorado, so I didn't know that this could even be an option. I didn't know. But still. You don't have to buy it. I'm like, well, I still want it. Still want it, damn it. Might even be better. Who knows? Sounds like an eBay listing. You got the description, not the picture, but the description also describes the picture because that special release is a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. The only thing that the description didn't say was special release single barrel. So I thought I was like, yeah, but then I was like, that's fine. It's fine. No big deal. I don't throw fits. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't. Yeah, it's not like if it were a lot, then I'd be like, but then it probably wouldn't even been out in the first place. But anyway, so we got that, and then today I picked up Series 11 from Argonaut in Denver. I finally found a Series 11 Bart's Discovery. But first, we're going to start off with this tonight. I have a flight from the likes. It's called Low Altitude Flight. But I want to start off with this Blood Oath Pact 10, and then we'll go from there. We'll do this. Then we'll do the Discovery 11, then the Michters Barrel Strength Rye, and then the flight. Let's do that. America. All right. First things first, Blood Oath Pact 10. What's in everybody else's glass tonight? Let me know. What you got? Love is what I got. I said, remember that. All right, Blood Oath Pact 10. Aren't you doing a single barrel Jack pick this year? Yes, I am. In the fall. It will be in the fall. They still have to give me a date, but it's going to be. Hopefully, it's in like. I know I'm planning a couple trips out that way. Hopefully, it fits in one of those dates, like one of those time frames. Ooh, that smells nice. What people drinking we got? Oh yeah, Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. Like I'm not mad at it because there hasn't been any in Colorado. So I have one from last year, and then this is only the second bottle that I've had. So definitely not complaining. I'm happy to have it for sure. If you hear children in the background, that's just because they don't listen to me and have no respect for me. And they do whatever they want. And if I ask them not to do what they're doing, please quit creating so much noise. They say you are annoying. And I agree. Whiskey Stain is here. What's up, Barrell? What's happening? Michters 10, Angel's Envy pick. Early Times Bib, Old Fashioned, nice. Jim Beam 7 tonight. What do you think of that Jim Beam 7? Not bad, huh? Not bad for a sub $30 bottle. Drums and Rams, sipping on Raccoon to Rye. Oh, what is that? I don't even know how to. Raconteer? Is that what it is? Raconteer Rye? Then we'll choke down some of BJ's Dark Arts pick. Boo. Yikes. Cameron treats Dan Shook of the Bourbon Junkies like my children treat me. No respect, but without fear of getting beat up, because Dan's just too nice. And all I can do is look at my children and go, then apologize for shaking my head. Dave Peterson, Blood Oath Pact 9, and then wanting to get the Pact 10. I was like, hey, come here. Nothing. Zero respect. Zero respect. Jimmy 7 is honestly a big surprise. Got a chungus? What's a chungus? Is that like a big one? Is that a chungus is a big one? Yeah, I've never seen a 136 proof either. That was kind of a surprise. Maybe I'll crack that tonight too and just give it a taste. We'll give it a taste. All right, a 1.75 liter for $35. How you said? Jeez Louise. All right, what is? Of course, this Blood Oath was sent to me from Luxco. You can tell because of the size of the bottle. It's Pact 10. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in Cabernet Franc and Merlot casks, as my buddy Jason would call them. When we went camping before, he brought a box of wine and said, "I brought the Merlot." I know it's pronounced Merlittle. It's a joke. Merlot. Something. In honor of the double-digit age milestone, the latest offering is double finished in Cabernet Franc and Merlot casks. 17,000 cases will arrive at retail this month. Jeez Louise. $130 price point. And the very consistent 98.6 proof. Blood Oath Pact 10 combines some of the finest rare bourbons Rempe could find, and Rempe is the master blender, including two well-bred rye bourbon. What? Including two well-bred rye bourbons and one finished bourbon, each complementing the others. Well-bred bourbons. That feels like something I would have said. Damn it, he got to it first. Wow. Let's see how well-bred they are. McKenna 10-year bib. What did you watch last week's stream? McKenna 10 won the 10-year flight. Sheesh. Mark says Danish are sweet humans. Spent some time with them. Both excellent humans. They are. They are two of the best people I know. It's just hear my kids like running and breathing like they just ran a friggin'. Like get in better shape. Can't even run around the house, you know? A bit nutty. It's fruit forward. It has like almost that like a sulfury matchstick to it, which reminds me of port or sherry barrels. Cabernet Franc, and Merlot. Yeah, there is a wine influence on there, a bit of sulfur, and then some nuttiness underneath. It's like you lit a match and burnt a peanut shell and put it out in a friggin' glass of wine. Did someone say micro batches? I didn't hear them, drums and drams. I listened to your live stream while I fell asleep last night, Cameron, in the hotel. I just listened to it. I caught probably 10% of it. What I heard was interesting, I think. I don't remember much of it. Fell asleep to the sweet sounds of Cameron's J.J. Redick impersonation. An interesting note, some people will love this. Some people will immediately go, no. I'm intrigued by it. Down the hatch. First sip of whiskey for the day is always good. She won't even answer me when I yell her name. It's okay. It's okay. They'll learn to respect me one of these days. One of these days, they'll learn. like I was saying, first sip of whiskey for the day, always good. I'm always so like on the fence with these blood oath things. $130 is a lot. Oh, hold on. I begged her to stop roughhousing, and she said, okay. I anticipate a loud bang or several in the next 15 or 20 seconds. We'll wait for it. I'm always on the fence with these blood oath products. $130 is a lot. I think they used to be 100, and 100 was like kind of pushing it. 98.6 proof. If you're a collector of them and have the entire line, of course you're going to buy it. If you're into finished whiskeys under 100 proof, probably going to be right up your alley. It is light and bright. Pretty light, bright, and shiny. Shiny is a hard word for me to say properly. Ow, that was my knee. What I would like to do eventually is actually have a part in my shelf here that's just like bottles that I want to compare things to all the time, because I'd like to compare that to Legent, the Jim Beam Legent. But where is it? It's probably buried. I don't see it. Matter of fact, I don't remember seeing it. I don't even remember seeing it for a while. Huh. That's what I want to compare that to. Do I enjoy it? A little, yeah. It's just not. I'm waiting for one of these blood oaths to hit me just perfect. This one again, not exactly my jam. I will revisit it though. I will revisit it. I'm not saying it's a bad whiskey. I'm just saying that it's not something that I would go to very often. I like getting these samples to try them all. Just waiting for the right one to hit right. That one's not it for me either. But I do appreciate Luxor sending it. Will they eventually stop sending me things? Maybe, maybe not. It's okay. My attention span cannot be interrupted. I have the ability to ignore everything and not lose my train of thought. What was I talking about before the kids started talking again? Talking's fine. It's the running and the screaming that gets me. It's okay. It's okay, Matt. Kids will be kids. I was that kid once. I remember when I was a kid, this age, and I would, like my dad and my mom being like, hey, you gotta quiet down, man. You gotta chill out. Okay, no problem, we'll chill out. Calmer than you are. Calmer than you are. Disco 11 coming up. Sorry, like when I've been listening to my children and not reading chat. Just had a pour of Michter's 10-year bourbon. So, dude, Michter's 10 is phenomenal. Michter's 10 is phenomenal. Show my wife what? What do I show my wife? So the reason Carissa left for a few minutes, she was running an errand. And here's the thing. It's not even, it's my child with my wife's sister's daughter, my niece. It's weird. My daughter and my niece are just probably getting each other a bunch of bruises, and because Chris is not here to tell them to stop, like running up and down the stairs and banging their face off of everything. I can't just yell at somebody else's kid. I don't feel like that's right. I feel like it's a weird thing to do, especially on camera. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's the right thing. America. Discovery 11. Clean glass. Blood Oath should have just been a 95.5 rye product from the start. I thought they should have started calling it something a little less like aggressive. I've said this a million times, so it's not funny to a lot of you anymore. It's not even funny to me anymore. But they should have started with Pinky Promise. And then like Brothers Bond. Actually, it's different. It's an ADHD whiskey. Pinky Promise, then like, I don't know. I feel like Blood Oath is, just starting with that is a lot. Discovery 11 is, I got a dog barking outside too. Oh, it's okay. Hold it together. A new blend of bourbon makers. Yes. 73% Kentucky 13 year. Dang. 73% of this is 13 year, 75, 13, 12. 21% 10 year, and only 6% Barrell Bourbon Company 6 year. Damn, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, isn't it? Maybe I should have bought several. I don't know. Giving it the old SJ, the old swirl job. I forgot to run my dishwasher before we left for this little trip, and I came back and all my whiskey glasses, except for one, dirty. Gotta blend it up tonight. Ooh. That smells like the pit of an apricot. Yeah, that smells like the nucleus of a stone fruit right there. Wow. It's very, I'm saying apricot, but it's like apricot bordering on peachy. That is interesting and nice. There's not a ton of oak coming through on the nose, but more like fresh fruits. A lot of times when something is fruity, it's like maybe not necessarily off the tree, juicy, fruity. It's like it reminds you of a fruit flavor or something like that. This reminds me of fresh fruit. Like a basket of peaches. Yeah, almost like one of those fruit cups too. With like a cherry influence a little bit. Yeah. All right, going for a sip. Discovery 11. Can you hear them? If you can't hear them, then I'll try to ignore them even harder. But I feel like everybody can hear them. That's fine. There's the bang. Huh. What's the proof on this? The Discovery 11, 118 proof? Interesting. I'm gathering my thoughts here. A lot of good words out there on the Discovery 11. A lot. I was exposed to positive reviews on this. Let me have a sip of water. It could potentially be, you know what? I'm going to come back to this. She's going to the bathroom if you couldn't hear her. I'm going to come back to this. I think I should have started with this and then went to the blood oath later. I think that I'm still having a whiny influence in my mouth. I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to let it sit. I don't want to say anything I don't mean. Catch up on chat. I'm sorry, everyone. 75, 13, 12 is in almost every Discovery series. I think some of them have beam and some turkey. 75. What was the... Well, upon first tasting, I didn't like... Maybe that's it. I was gonna say, upon first tasting, I didn't pick up on a very heavy Jim Beam influence on it. Maybe that's turkey that is like what was giving me the old... Oh, Disc 11 shines after a few minutes and less. I'm gonna let it sit. No, that's it for sure. Oh, show the wife. I get it. From last week, I get it. That was a joke from last week. Now I understand. My children are precious, Mark. They're very precious. Only one of them's mine now. Now my family will be in Estes Park. Any tips for summer? Estes Park? I've never been there. But anything Colorado summer? Colorado summer is pretty awesome. Especially if you can find some water. Try to find like a reservoir somewhere if you enjoy like that type of stuff. Swimming, fishing, that kind of camping kind of stuff. There's a couple, they're I don't know why they call them gaps, like thigh gaps, but for water. Yeah, if you can find a nice reservoir, always the best to hang out by the water. That's the way I live. That's the way I live life anyway. So number one thing I miss about the Upper Peninsula, living here in Colorado, is the water. Like I've always lived by the Great Lakes, so coming here, it's like you need to find me some H2O, you know. Little Woodyville, hell yeah! Oh, speaking of Woodyville, guess what? I got a shirt today. I ordered it and I got it today. It came today. When I arrived home, it was sitting on my doorstep, waiting for me to open. It is. I've wanted this clothing since I was a teenager. It's speaking of Woodyville, because Woodyville was my Woodinville single barrel, which I reorganized all my stuff. I have no idea where anything's at. But it's like Nellyville, except for Woodyville. It's me dressed like Woody, like from Toy Story with a Band-Aid under his eye. I got a Vocal shirt. Nelly's old clothing line. Yeah. I'm a nerd. Double Dog Dare You would be a great label. I prefer the Disco to Russell's Reserve 13. Holy cow, really? Okay, there's that fruitiness is still there, but I think it's doing something. We're gonna give it some more time. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the Michters, then we'll get into the flight, and then I'll retaste the Discovery, because maybe just change the palate up a whole bunch. America. This is a 2024 single barrel strength Michters. Barrel number 24B0857. Bingo. I had my first ever elk burger in Estes last fall. Love the town. You haven't been there. 198 watching. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do that. It helps the channel from what I understand. I don't know if that's the case or not. I've been doing this long enough where you think I would know, but I just don't. Ooh. That Michters rye is almost like, it reminded me, the first thing I thought of was, you know those white chocolate Zero? I think it was called Zero, the candy bar Zero. It was white chocolate and something. Huh. Like a white fudge, which is a strange note for a rye, I know. Yep, we can hear them. Oh, good. You know what? Then I'm just gonna let just let it go. Then I can replay it for them later. I don't know. That won't help. That won't work. Why would I think that would work? Listen, you disrupted me. They don't care. Not an overly powerful nose on the Michters rye, but I think that is part of the the word I'm thinking of is like why people enjoy it. Part of the something, part of the appeal of a Michters barrel strength rye is it's not an overpowering rye. It's more bourbon-like. But if you know what it is, or you really get your nose in there and put on your tasting cap, yeah, definitely a rye. That is good. That is good. But, ooh, it does a little bit of a shift in the middle, a little bit of a twist and turn. It went from kind of like a bright and shiny sweetness, then mid palate, it kind of like hit second gear. And got a little bit like the flavor profile shifted to a darker profile in the back of the palate. I am struggling here. I'm struggling to maintain any sort of thought process whatsoever. I can't form sentences without. Damn. I can't hear your kids over my kids in the background. You're good. Sheesh Louise. Yeah, The Shining. They did film in Estes Park. You're right. That is a fact. How far behind am I? 8 minutes? Geez, Porter. Switch your kids to Eastern time? That's a good idea. 73% turkey. I think that makes sense now that oh good, I think Chris is finally home. Thank goodness. What's the most I pay for a Thomas Handy? Oh good. They're getting a talking to from the boss. All right. Most to pay for a Thomas Handy? Probably a couple $100, $200 to $300 probably. I've never paid over 300, and the most expensive bottle I've ever purchased is the Russell's Single Rick House. And I would think I would have a really hard time spending more than that on anything. I think. I'm back. I was just explaining to my wife how I get no respect. How I get no respect. Rodney Dangerfield. I was told at the Parsons Bourbon Company that one of the people that blended it that it's Wild Turkey, not Jim Beam. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, I feel this is good. This is good. Quiet. Whew. Now we're getting somewhere. I feel like we can start the stream now. By the way, Barrel King is a shit, in case you were wondering. Become a gold member and taste some of Jared's fantastic, phenomenal blends. He says my stuff is good. His is the good stuff. His is the best stuff. Water is good. It's not a Volcal tank top. It's a black t-shirt. It's a black t-shirt. Because I've been looking for, you can find like Volcal clothing on Eastbay. That's not it. eBay. But the only t-shirt that they still sell is, I don't know, it's shipped from California, and it's not the best quality shirt. I thought it was going to be a nice t-shirt. It doesn't feel very nice. It feels kind of like a shitty t-shirt. But it's the real deal. Disco 11 has won many blinds for me. That is awesome. The price on the Michters, I paid $110 for it. I paid $110 for the Michters, and I'd say that there's going to be a full... Okay, by the way, this is just first tastings, obviously. But Michters barrel strength video going to happen. Disco 11 video, like in-depth review is going to happen. It's impossible for me to dive too deep into these on a live stream where a million distractions. Plus, I like to give them a little bit of air and stuff. So, full videos of these coming out soon. So, don't take anything I say tonight is like, you know, what my ultimate end thoughts on them are. It's just first interaction with them. My favorite Michters rye is the 10-year. By far, by a country mile. I don't know. I'm going to come back to these, obviously, but like, I don't know if I even think that's that good. Which sucks. Because I realize I'm being a pretentious asshole here. But I did spend my money on it. Do I think it's kind of one-notish? It's not like the initial thought was it changed mid-palate. The second and third sip, I'm not quite so sure. I don't know. Maybe tonight's not my night for tasting. Those nights happen. Anybody who tastes stuff for a living or reviews things for a living, taste-wise, and tells you that their palate's never off or their tasting isn't ever different than any other nights, they're full of shit. Or they just don't know what they're doing from the beginning. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but if like you taste something, then that's your final determination, and you don't even consider the fact that you can just be off that day, I'll admit if I think something's off. And I don't know yet. We're about to find out pretty soon. Feel like the initial tasting of the Blood Oath was very accurate. The Disco 11, for some reason, didn't hit like I thought it was going to hit. In the same exact way with the Michters limited release barrel strength Kentucky straight rye whiskey, I feel like there's something missing there. What did I have for dinner? Since we had guests ordered some Domino's. Terrible decision. That could be it. One slice of cheese pizza is what I had. And it might have fudged me. Do you prefer the whiskey over the Glen? 100%, Justin. I prefer the whiskey a lot more. I think the whiskey is superior to the Glen for nosing, tasting, swirling, obviously, but in all categories. Curious how the Michters is. I found a 2024 bottle today at 111 proof. Porter Gals were wildin'. Mizunara? Do I have one of those? I don't have a bottle of that, but I got a bunch of single barrels for a pick. Is there any Mizunara ones? Sauternes. Something Madeira? Bowl Madeira, is that a thing? Takagi and a Pedro Jimenez sherry. Those are bourbons. And then ryes, I have a Barbados rum, Sauternes, Ruby port, and Oloroso sherry. So no Mizunara barrel stuff here, and I don't have that. I probably won't buy a Mizunara barrel bottle, but if I run across a sample of it, I will definitely review it for sure. Jason preferred it over the 2023 10-year. The barrel strength Michters, this barrel strength one. I don't know about all that, but I don't know if I had a 2023 10-year. I had a 2022. I might have had a 2023. I don't know. I might have drank all that. I mean, I might have handed some out. I don't know. I love those Michters 10 ryes. Oh yeah, now they're giving my wife grief, and that ain't gonna fly. Not in this house, guarantee it. I'm just getting caught up. I'm sorry. I'm still 8 minutes behind. I paid $40 for a kooky cats. So rude. Soon they will be teenagers who hate everything you say elementary years. No, Brad, they're already there. Well, one of them is. My 8-year-old is already there. She's like 13. She's 13. I swear, it's the weirdest. Sean, I'm not gonna show the wife, okay? Get over it. Show the sister-in-law in the green shirt? No. She ain't here. She ain't here. Did Dr. Vinny boom bats help with your teeth? Is that an insult? You seem to have a lot of open bottles. How long can they stay open before they start losing something? I don't know. That's part of the thing. Like you have to have open bottles to compare them to. I think that as long as they are, and you can ask a million people this question, you'll get a million different answers, but I think that as long as they are relatively full, like if the ones I've noticed a difference in over a period of time have always been very low. Like something that's been like a couple ounces in a full bottle over the course of a year, I think that is going to change more rapidly than if you have half a bottle of something that's open. I think. But if you keep them at a pretty consistent temperature and out of the sun, keep them corked, I don't know. I don't think that there's any major deterioration that I've noticed over the course of a few years. I don't know. But then again, it's hard to tell because you can't go back and taste it from a few years ago. It's just maybe just slowly changes or something. I don't necessarily know. But it's got to share stuff, right? Once they're open, it's got to share them. What's the most unique thing you have and actually love to drink? As far, Travis, are you talking about whiskey? Like my most unique whiskey that I have and like to drink? Prescription bourbon's got dishwasher running. That's good. Received a package from Barrel King this week with a t-shirt in it for my birthday later this month. Your work family is way too kind, Matt. Love them all. So I agree with you 100%. The funny thing is, you have no idea how cool and kind they are. Like, I cannot say enough good things about Jared and Rachel and the Barrel King team. They do like way more for me than I could ever do for them. They are such phenomenal people, and I don't know. I got very lucky to meet them and have them. I don't know, for some reason, like, bring me on board. They are tremendous human beings. Speaking of $300 for Russell's, would you say it's better to skip and find Russell's store pick, or they're that much value for the single rick house? The single rick house is a phenomenal pour. The F, but I mean, $300 is different for everyone. So, and like the diminishing returns, that also is going to be different for everyone. Like, what I would say is try. I always say this: like, try to go to and this isn't the case for everyone, because if I wanted to try a pour of it around here, yeah, good luck. I'd have to go to Denver probably. But if you have the ability to try it before you buy it, then for sure do that. I would never ever want to say that something is worth $300, because $300 is shit. Like, to some people, $300 is the different. Like, you know what I mean. And then store picks vary quite a bit. Not every store pick is the same, so it's hard to say. Do I think that there's a difference from the current Russell's store picks versus the single rick house F? Yeah, there's a pretty big difference, for sure. But is it worth the price jump to get that much better of a bourbon? If you're super satisfied and love the single barrels, you might just want to stick with those, because you can get several of them for $300. It's just hard. It's hard. What is everyone talking about here? Laser codes. Thanks, Victor. You're looking good too, Victor. I'm not sure if you do or not, but thank you. Keith, you stop. Yeah, I feel the smile looks better, right? The smile's better. I'm still swollen a little bit up in here and in here. I got freaking bone spurs in my gums and shit. It's not a ton of fun, but after the end of the summer, everything should be just dandy. Just keep open bottles out of the direct sunlight. That's exactly it, I believe. Oh, thanks, Joe, for the new smile. My kids are loud AF too. It's the sound of happiness. It's the sound of happiness until the inevitable happens. Last week, my oldest was like, she was upstairs and she just starts bawling her eyes out, just screaming, crying. I'm like, what on planet Plutron just happened? She's like, I hit the wall with my teeth. Those are my genetics. The ability to run into a wall with her teeth. Not her face, but a direct hit with her teeth. Okay, this is the Michters. Michters in the whiskey. Michters in the whiskey. Right there. Michters is in the whiskey. And the Bardstown is in the Glen. would help to move my bowling balls. Absolutely. Not going to happen. I love my bowling balls. By the way, I joined a summer league for bowling. Not going that great. Not going that great. I'm used to bowling on dry lanes, and I'm not used to bowling on a freshly oiled house shot. And no thumb bowler. Just so this thumb's just out here. It normally goes in in the hole, but instead it's out here. So we got 2 fingers, no thumb, and I really crank on this sucker, like just rev dominant they call it. On drier lanes, I get away with taking a little hand out of the ball and using a weaker ball. But when it's oily, the weaker ball doesn't work anymore, because if I stay right where the dry is, where most people are at, no matter what ball I use, I got too much hand in it and it overhooks, so I have to move left before everybody else. And then the weak ball doesn't work, but then the other balls I have are too strong, and I end up going it's just I'm having struggles with this fresh house shot, and I'm not as good as I thought I was. And that's a bummer. This flight is from Dan and Julie. Holy shit, I thought there were 4. There's 6? Oh. All right. There's 6. I got lights in the way. All right. I don't know why I thought there were 4. Can't count. They sent me these a long time ago, and I just found them when I was cleaning. How do I open it? This is the wrong tool for the job. It'll work though. Just gotta get in there, give it a good jabbing. Oh, yeah. It's probably pretty loud. All right. Okie dokie. Bear with me while I pour these. Oh, thanks. Jared says a lot of nice things about my blending ability, but he's the wizard. I'm just winging it. I don't know if that's true. Kinda. I feel like I have a lot to learn. When it comes to blending whiskey. But I'm very happy and blessed that they gave me the chance and the opportunity to do that. And the weeded blend that is coming out next month that I put together, I think is the best blend I've ever. Actually, this is what I think about it. Well, it depends on what you start with and then the final result. I think that the weeded blend that I put together made me the most happy. I think it's the absolute best thing I've ever blended, using the parts that were involved, because weeded bourbon is finicky, and it came together like way better than I imagined. And I just kind of sat there, like when I thought I had it done, I sent Jared the ratio of the blend, and I was like, dude, you gotta tell me if I'm crazy or not, because I'm just sitting here kind of giggling about like how good this is. Travis, my 5-year-old ran right into the corner of the wall and fell, split his head to get 8 stitches. Yeah, ouch. Have I had the 13? No, I have not. The new old fits? Nope. I haven't tried that yet. I had a league a few years ago that was right after they oil the lanes every week. I struggled so hard. Yeah, so I've been trying to put some surface on bowling balls, like sand them a little bit, get them a bit more gritty on some weaker balls. Trying to get like a finer grit or even polish up some stronger balls. It's just like, damn. Bob Glass, hope to meet Matt at Barrel King someday. End of June. Keep your calendar open. Doing a blind flight of 7 right now, and it's a nightmare. Adam, which 7? What 7 are you doing? Looks like a little pent-up aggression. No pent-up aggression. There's no pent-up aggression anywhere. If that's a like supply, got 5. You never know. You never know what Dan and Julie will send. Never know. But I should probably label them somehow before I get started. Here's the key. Flying, what is it called? Low altitude? Flying at a low altitude. Answers. Were there questions? Or was it just, oh my gosh. I'm so happy I saw that it said answers on it, because if there are answers, that means there's got to be questions, right? I unfold this and it says this flight contains Buffalo Trace products 100 proof or lower. Just rank them in an order of your preferences and feel free to guess what product you think it is, just for fun if you want to. Easy peasy. I love you, Dan and Julie. You two make me so happy. A flight of Buffalo Trace products under 100 proof or lower. 100 proof or lower. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. I got a pencil. I got paper. If I can find a glass marker, that would be best. I have got such a disaster everywhere I turn. Real markers. You know what? I'll just keep them in the same order up here. Don't screw this up, Matt. Don't screw it up. And then I will rank them on the paper. Yeah. All right. Oops. Let's start with glass A. Glass A. Guarantee that's a Buffalo Trace product off the nose. This has a bit of grapiness to it. Hawkeye, just finished up a 16-hour workday and saw you were live. Gonna find me a pour and kick back and relax with yens. What's yens? Like, what's yens mean? Yeah, Ken, I have an issue with my speech right now. I'm sorry. It's not a weeded, it's a wheated. Wheated. Batch 81 is rev dominant and love it. That's right, CJP Bourbon. I think that it's pretty much speed and rev matched. It's a pretty matched up bourbon. But this is a rev dominant pour. Look at that. Look at it go. Look at that. It's a whiskey tornado right there. Grapey Big League Chew. It smells like a grape Big League Chew. I just realized something. I'll tell you in a second. So I got these new upper teeth and everything's different. So like it's flushed higher to my gums more. There's like less of a back area on there. I shot the Jim Beam Black video, but that's, wait a minute. Yeah, that was Monday. What's today? Friday? Tuesday. So I got that done Monday. Tuesday I shot the Jim Beam Black video, I think. Yeah. Wednesday we left for my kids' field trip. This is like the first tasting I've done with this new upper teeth, which may explain a little bit of why things are tasting different. It takes a while to get used to when there's like big changes. It takes me a while to get used to it. Maybe that's the issue I'm having with both the Bardstone and the Michters. Maybe that's it. Because as I was tasting glass A, I'm like, look, I'm like searching for oak. Is there oak here? And then I remembered, see, this is the way my brain works, I think. I'm like, is there oak here? Looking for an age. Then instead of wondering if there's oak there, my brain goes to, well, you had an issue with oak after you got your teeth done for a bit before I got like it back. And then I remembered that I just got my teeth done again. Weird. So was there oak on that glass? I don't know. My brain went elsewhere. I guessed not as, I don't know. We'll play with some stuff here. We have not collaborated on a blend. Nancy and I haven't. But I'm going to have Nancy on a live stream this summer for sure. And we're going to talk all things Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. Would it be funny if they're all Eagle Rare again? Shit, Frank, that would be funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because I didn't even think of that being a possibility until you mentioned it. Yeah, that would be funny if they did that to me. That would be funny. Your palate's more refined without teeth? All right. Class B. I think B is a bit brighter. So I'm scribbling down some notes here, some initial notes. And then as I reveal them, I'll show you my notes. Trying to gauge like a proof, kind of like an age, then a score, kind of, just so I can rank them because they wanted a ranking. Disco 11 is a coconut oak bomb. Coconut oak. It is funny how you can get notes just like handed to you on a plate, and even if you don't think that's what it smells like, it smells like it. If you like pina coladas and Discovery 11. It is strange because the initial nose I got off of here, which was like that apricot or apricot, depending on which way you pronounce your A or A, the apricot nuclei is diminished for the most part. I'll be happy to go back to that in a bit to give my second thoughts on it. This is glass C. Stop saying think strawberry candy. I'm smelling stuff. Because now that's all I can think, Shane. Strawberry candy on C. What is... Jens is like y'all. And the pour I decided on was Whiskey King 2. Hells yeah, Whiskey King 2. Whiskey King 2 was... That was the one finished in the Willet Purple Top and an MGP barrel, then blended together. Some of it was finished in Willet Purple Top. Some of it was finished in an MGP barrel, blended together, made magic. Whiskey King 3 was the Stag Junior finish again. $21 each hit barrel proof. Did I tell you this? I went to a store called Lucky Me Liquors, and they had a E.H. Taylor barrel proof for like $800. I'm like, oh, lucky me. Jerks. So much money. Why did you say strawberry candy? That's all it smells like now. They didn't make this easy. They're all Buffalo Trace products, so they're all kind of running together already. What do we talk? What's the whole money talk going on here? What's Nick and Ken talking about? Let's try to get back in the conversation here. I don't know. I got lost in the mix. Do they charge you for used barrels? Well, yeah, they buy the barrels they purchase those barrels. So I think I don't know who their barrel guy is, but they definitely pay for barrels that are freshly dumped barrels. We are all over the place. What did you see? If these are all Eagle Rare, it's impossible to call that though. Even though probably should have thought of that before I did it myself. I'm trying to build confidence here. I can't build confidence. What? This is D. Oh. So far, through the first four, we're getting into like some seemingly thinner Buffalo Trace products that are low proof, which is exactly what they told me they were. I don't have anything. Actually, geez, why was I thinking? You know what's really funny is I was like, I don't have any Weller on the list yet, or nothing weed. But looking at it, there's only one Weller, or maybe two, or three. Shoot, that could even be on the list. But so far, just kind of let you know where I'm at with like I have guesses of Rock Hill Farms in this order. I don't know. My act, like, I don't. This is impossible. People who say like the Weller video I made, where the alternatives to Weller are other Buffalo Trace products because they all taste alike. So when we're going to Buffalo Trace products under 100 proof or 100 proof and under, mash bill differences, warehouse differences, age differences. So far, there hasn't been a tremendous difference in proof to me. Maybe like a 12-point proof difference, possibly. The highest proof I have guessed is 100. The lowest proof I have guessed is 88. No major age differences here so far, and I'm willing to be totally wrong here. If I felt like my palate was like on point, I'd let you know. And I'd be overly confident, cocky, and still get it wrong. Tonight's not that night. Unless E and F, if E and F taste similar to A, B, C, and D, I'm going to be very unconfident going into the reveal. If E and F are like super oaky or vastly different, I'll feel more confident. So let's do that. The Saucy Shing, I think Great Big League Chew, son of a bitch. Some of the Barrel King 77 MP, that barrel, along with some amazing people who donated on a GoFundMe, paid for all this. So thank you for buying that, and I hope you really enjoy it. Your enjoyment of that is nowhere near my enjoyment of having these. It's really strange. When I go to the not really a dentist, when I go to the oral surgeon place, my tooth guy, when I go there and they remove, like when they take out the teeth, it really like is like an eye-opening thing, because it's like, wow, I could be 38 and not have teeth. So thank you everyone who made this possible to have a grill still. Friggin' can't say thank you enough. An Old Overholt rye, and really enjoy it. Less sweet than most, and I dig it. There's a lot of like, there's an Old Overholt. I think, wasn't there? I haven't seen a lot of these Old Overholts and like James E. Peppers, which I said surprisingly well for the way I'm speaking. The Overholts, the James E. Peppers, and then there's a few other products that people have been talking about for a while that I just have not seen. The regular Old Overholt, sure, but not the fancy ones. Think Mash Bill 1 versus Mash Bill 2. That might help a bit. I've never... You know what? That'd be a good video. I've never actually compared them. I've never sat down and said Mash Bill 1, Mash Bill 2, and tried the different. I've never tried them next to each other to actually try to think about the difference. So that is a that's a drill that I should be doing for tasting when it comes to Mash Bill 1 versus Mash Bill 2. Because my brain doesn't go to... I know a lot of people do, like they go, oh, this tastes like Mash Bill 1 and Mash Bill 2. to me, my brain doesn't go there. Thanks, Will. And Will, you're the champ. Will Henderson. Hells yeah. Love me some Will Henderson. Been using my Spyderco a lot lately. Still haven't sharpened it. Still not sure how to sharpen it. So it's a whole lot of me destroying cardboard boxes with that Spyderco, and hopefully it's not going through my hand. She's dull now. I'm glad it's got the new teeth, but Barrel King having a toothless blender, it wouldn't have been. I would have figured out something. I was gonna figure it out myself somehow, but they stepped up big time. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah. What am I on? E. This may have some more oak to it. Maybe. Huh. That was good. E and A are kind of like right there. I mean, before I go to F, I want to retaste A. I want to taste that right after E. Oh, okay. Shit. I think changing that gas. All right. I think I like E more than A. Then we got to move to F. Barrel stave teeth. 2024 Bookers. I have not tried that yet. I have not tried the 2024 Bookers. I tried Charlie's batch last year, which I thought was a good batch for Bookers. Yeah, this is kind of where I was at with the Bookers. Is before I was like, oh, Bookers got too expensive. It's like $100, $119. The way that story developed was Booker's is still the same price as it was, and everything just passed it. Maybe I should start buying the Booker's again. It's not my favorite pour. Some of them, I don't know. They're fun. Booker's, that's my Booker's, not my favorite pour, but fun. Every time. They're always fun. Get a nice chef's. Hey, Joe B. I have a lisp, okay? It's hard for me to speak. Get a nice chef's choice sharpener, you son of a bitch. Thanks a lot, Joe B, for the advice and the friggin' struggle bus. Get a nice chef's choice sharpener for your knives. Does that work? Because it's like half serrated and then half not. That's what confuses me. If it were all like a straight, like a not serrated, then it's just like half regular knife. So it's like, how to sharp, I don't know. Get that thing sharpened, bro. Okay, I'll sharpen it. Just got a tooth pulled and a bone graft, 3 weeks, no alcohol and counting. So I only had to go 2 weeks, they said, but how many teeth did I have pulled? Well, I mean, all of my top teeth. I had more top teeth than bottom teeth. My bottom teeth were in much worse shape than my top teeth. They did tops first. They extracted all of them and then did bone grafting, inserted 5 screws into my jaw. It was surprisingly not as bad as I thought. Bottoms, they extracted less teeth, but still, a lot. 6 screws and bone grafting, more painful in the recovery, but not. I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been. That makes sense. Yeah, my heart will thank me and you guys in the long run. Ty, your TV Yankee fan. I almost called you Ty. That's not your name. Dragon Pinstripes. First one from 2024 is good. The Booker's. I'll look for it. I can think of a lot of bottles I'd buy before Booker's. I like Booker's better under 80. Yeah, it's just shit so wild. It's so crazy. Everything has gone straight through the roof. Joe, knives are one of the 500 examples of virtue. One of the worst cuts I've ever had was from a butter knife. What did I do? I remember where I was and when it was. How the hell did I cut my hand so bad with a butter knife? I dropped it or something, caught it, or like, I don't know, but I really cut the shit out of my thumb with a butter knife. Spyderco makes a sharpener that works. Okay, I'll look into that, Will. That'll do it then. How are the ancillary problems from your old teeth, headaches, infections, etc. doing? I've had a bad headache the last couple of days, but it's been not like it was. I've had some headaches as like things have healed, but since my first surgery, I haven't had a debilitating headache because a headache is what I called them, but they were literally all the way down my neck and into my back, where I thought like we bought all the back supplies we could possibly buy to like try to work out knots and stuff in my back and in my neck, and like I haven't had one of those since the first surgery. So fingers crossed that those are gone. I think that those were tooth infections that spread and just really like mess with me terribly, because it hurt from my tooth, which was rotten, or half of a tooth broken, into my jaw, then all the way back. Like I couldn't tell if it was a toothache, if it was a jaw ache, like if it was something in my jaw, a muscle in my back. Like it was just terrible. But everything has honestly been much, much better as far as that's concerned. The no alcohol. Oh, you mean the no alcohol part? That didn't bother me at all. I think that if I rewound to, let's see, 2 years ago, it may have been more of an issue going that long without alcohol, but not an issue anymore at all. Doing this for a living, you kind of have to, and I'm still learning to control it, like these live streams, if you may or may not have noticed, but the overconsumption has slowed down a lot. Like I'm honestly trying to not like promote drunkenness, even though it's fun, but just gets you into trouble. And I think that things happen in life where you can't have alcohol, and I wouldn't want to be in the boat where me not having alcohol would be a problem. And I've got to the point where that's good now. Like I'm okay with, if I couldn't have alcohol for a month, that'd be fine. I'd miss it because I enjoy the tasting experience, but I wouldn't have like problems. Did you ask them to let you keep your old teeth? I should have, right? I definitely should have. The old teeth thing would have been pretty disgusting, but awesome. Sleep scream streams are in the past. Travis, that was the first stream that almost cost me the channel. But luckily, I have an amazing wife who continues to forgive me for dumb shit I do when I drink too much. She's the best. Ooh. We are on F, and F smells effing amazing. But wait. E. Okay, these smell different, but not vastly different. There's no like happy 23 in here or anything. But this smells really nice. Wait a minute. Why is that so different? That has a weird note in it. What would cause that? There is a distinct, strange note in the middle of that. Like almost like a match, almost like a sulfuriness to it, like almost like a burnt something. F has got like a burnt something to it. I don't think it's a rye whiskey. I don't think that note was caused from wheat. I'm trying to avoid looking at chat because I don't want to see it and then we go, oh shit, maybe that's it. It could be possibly like an E.H. Taylor variant. Like it doesn't. Let me explain it this way. It doesn't taste like a grain difference. It doesn't taste like a mash bill difference. It tastes like a barrel difference, or a finished, like something was finished, or like, the hell is there any Buffalo Trace that's a finished? What earth is that? If I taste it again, I'm afraid it's not going to happen again. Let me try it again. Try it one more time. There's something there that's different. It's on the back end. It switches gears and does something completely different than the rest. Yeah, sulfur is sherry, but there's no sherry Buffalo Trace. Store pick? I don't know. Huh. Amaranth? Oh, I don't know. Could these all be Eagle Rares? Maybe. I have no friggin' idea. A long time ago, they sent me an E.H. Taylor flight. Trying to think through those. My favorite E.H. Taylor out of that flight was shoot. I can't even remember the old E.H. Taylor batch, like the old special ones. There's like Warehouse, 20 Years Survivor, Amaranth. Oh, maybe that's it. That would make sense. If there's a redistilled, that could be it. Kooky Cats. Redistilled That may have given that. You're probably right. Honestly, you're probably right. That's probably a Bowman. 100 proof Bowman product. I'm stealing your answer. There was 4-grain. What other E.H. Taylors are out there? 18-year marriage. Still not. Let me pull it up. Let me look. E.H. Taylor. Why in the hell does my search thing? I don't use Yahoo, but it automatically changes to Yahoo. Why does it do that? E.H. Taylor special release by year. Yeah, Yahoo, you suck. You've got nothing on Google. You hear me? You hear me? You're trash. Okay. I Googled it. I Yahoo'd this. E.H. Taylor special release by year list. First search result, makersmark.com. Then rarebourbonshop.com, bottleraiders.com, trying to sell, amongthewhiskey.com. Nothing helpful so far. Let's click on this one. bourbondose.com, everything you need to know about E.H. Taylor. Oh, here they are. Thank goodness. Shit. Cured oak. Was that the one I liked? I think cured oak was my favorite. Oh, or was it 4-grain? No, I think it was cured oak. I think cured oak was my favorite E.H. Taylor. Pretty sure. Could I be wrong? Probably. Aw, Ryan, I can't wait to see you. Get to see Ryan in, oh my gosh, that's in a week. In Missouri. We're going out to Weston, out to Holiday, and then going to spend a day or so working with maybe some fine folks y'all know in Bourbon. But that's not my visit. My official visit happens in late June. But yeah, Ryan, I can't wait to see you either, dude. You're the best. Hopefully your dinner was awesome. Huh. All right. This is too difficult. This is a difficult flight here. All right. No. There is. F is so weird. It almost smells like malty, like a single malt, some sort of. I like it a lot, but why is it so different? Shoot. I'm going to say the top 3 are a toss-up, but I gave them an order. And then whoops. 4. Then I got to go back to be. Oh, that's good. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Going back through these now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these were better than I thought they were. They're not who they thought we were, or something. My order isn't like, doesn't. They said to rank them. This is a very difficult rank job. Which leads me to believe that these all might be very similar. Or I might be crazy. Either these are all very similar. If the reveal happens and these are all vastly different and there should be an order here, that means I'm messed up pretty bad. If the reveal happens and we can all agree that these should be very close, then I feel like I'm on the right track. Shoot. It's not, though. Yikes. All right, let's just do it. All right, let's go in reverse order. This is difficult. What's up, everybody? Mojo, what's going on, Mojo? How's it going? You got into infusing cigars? Nice. Speaking of cigars, in case you have not noticed, tonight's live stream, like every live stream, is brought to you by the finest cigar manufacturer on the planet. Two names, Alec, Bradley, who together are not only the first two letters of the alphabet, but also two of the finest Florida people I've ever met. They're not the finest. They're top 10 though. But Alec Bradley cigars are not only top 10 cigars on the planet, but the best cigars you can ever imagine. And if you don't smoke Alec Bradley cigars, then you must not smoke cigars. But if you do smoke cigars and you don't smoke Alec Bradley, let me tell you something. What are you even doing here? Curious. Go indulge. Have yourself an Alec Bradley. Bring yourself to that place, the happy place. And everybody within one block will know you're in a happy place. Because Alec Bradley cigars not only smoke the best, but smell the best. And I'll stand by it. Last place, which isn't bad whatsoever, was D. I thought D was probably the lowest proof. Listen, these all could be Eagle Rare. But we're just going with the guesses here. I said D was Hancock's 88 proof. Probably wrong. Where the hell did it? Here it is. Yes, Mom, you're number 1 in Florida. Dad's number 2. Dan and Julie, 3 and 4. What order those go in? Obviously, Julie 3, Dan 4. Alec and Bradley are in the top 10. Just one sheet of paper always makes it difficult to like reveal the right way here. I think so. I said D. Oh shoot! This is gonna be so hard. This is my problem. It's on one sheet of paper. D is 6th place and E is 1st place, and I'm worried that I'm gonna see E when I try to read D. I don't want to though. So I'm gonna do this. That's E. I didn't see I saw the letter. Okay. I still have not spoiled it for myself. That's okay. I'm squinting, so it's blurry. D is Buffalo Trace store pick, which I said was 88 proof Hancock's. So D came, oh boy, okay, all right. Hancock's Buffalo Trace, all right. 5th place, okay, this is where it gets a bit, 5th place I said was C, and I guessed Elmer. I guessed Elmer for 6th place, or for 5th place. Elmer, C. Okay, C is Weller 12, and I did not pick up on the oak at all. Why did I not pick up on the oak at all on C? Why is it? That's embarrassing to me. There's no reason why I should not have picked up on the 12-year-old Weller 12. But even going back to it and nosing it, still, no, I don't know. All right. 4th place was B, and I said Buffalo Trace. I guess Buffalo Trace on this one on B. Shit. And B is Rock Hill Farms, 100 proof. Crap. All right, Rock Hill Farms. I don't know where this is going. 3rd place was A. I guessed Blanton's and 93 proof. That's my guess for A. And 3rd place was A. Elmer T. Lee, 90 proof. All right, well, so far, the only thing I'm super upset about was the fact that I didn't pick up on the I mean, I should have picked up on the proof of Rock Hill, but I did not. My initial guess for A was Rock Hill. I crossed out but Blanton's. It turned out to be Elmer T. Lee. 2nd place was F, which was the one that had, this is the most intriguing one. Why was it so different? Somebody said Bowman in chat. That's whatever it is that explains the most. And then 1st place was E. So I guessed F. I stole your suggestion. I said Bowman, 100 proof Bowman. Number 1 E. I said E.H. Taylor single barrel. So let's see. F, 2nd place. Eagle Rare store pick. Wait, what in the hell? All right. And E, my favorite was Blanton's. All right. That is embarrassing. This store pick Eagle Rare, I'm going to have to ask Dan and Julie about this. No, there's no E.H. Taylor in here at all. A was Elmer T. Lee and got 3rd place. B was Rock Hill Farms and got 4th place. C was Weller 12 and got 5th place. That's so embarrassing. D was Buffalo Trace and got 6th place. E was Blanton's and got 1st place. And F was an Eagle Rare store pick, a wild Eagle Rare store pick, and got 2nd place. That Blanton's is good. That is a very good Blanton's. It finishes very well. The Eagle Rare store pick, I wonder if they remember which one they sent me, because that is so wild. There is like something so unique about that. Okay. That's the most off the wall crazy Eagle Rare pick. That's the most off the wall crazy maybe barrel pick. Knowing what it is and then what that tastes like. There's a reason they picked that. They picked that barrel because it was fucking crazy. Pardon my language. It's like they put the wrong thing in the barrel. That's so wild. Rock Hill Farms in 4th place. That's weird. That Weller 12, honestly, Cameron talks about the difference in Weller 12s. That Weller 12, not impressive whatsoever. There have been some Weller 12s that I've had. I think I've opened and drank through 2 bottles of Weller 12. One of them I loved. The other one I thought was pretty good. That Weller 12 did not stand out as anything special. And let me tell you this. I love oak. That should have stood out. It might be my palate. It might be the bottling, the year of the bottling. I don't know. But nothing special about that Weller 12. And it should have stuck out like a sore thumb, which it did not to me. And I don't know whether it's a me problem or an it problem. But I'll go with a me problem. When I say embarrassing, I'm not really embarrassed. It's just funny. Had there been like the 12-year-old Weller 12? Okay, well, what's the age on? Let me see. Okay, well, what I'd like to do is actually think about how I ranked things and then how I tasted them, which makes, I think you should do that. You should go back and reflect. So first of all, I tasted the Elmer T. Lee. Elmer T. Lee, 90 proof. I've never felt that Elmer T. Lee was a special pour. Buffalo Trace never felt like Elmer T. Lee was a special pour. It's a $40 bottle. It goes for crazy prices just because it's Elmer T. Lee. So at first taste, I was like, okay, this is definitely a Buffalo Trace product under 100 proof. Next up, I guess 93 proof on the first one. Problem is, when I tasted B, there may have been a time difference. I'm not sure how long I waited. But I guessed that B was a lower proof than A. Had I tasted them quicker, like back to back, maybe I would have not thought that. But for some reason, I jumped from 100 to 90. Yeah, so that was the wrong way altogether. Then moving to C, I thought C was better. And I guess 90 proof. So I got the proof correct, but the age did not stand out at all. Then moving, this is the interesting part. So then moving to D, I was unimpressed with D. So if I come off of Weller 12 and I'm unimpressed with D, it would make sense that either D is unimpressive or what I tasted before D should have been much better. So D was a Buffalo Trace store pick, which should be a significant drop-off from something better, Weller 12. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I just thought that maybe it was a thinner, lower proof offering, so I guessed Hancock's. When in reality, I should have thought, why does it taste... If I guessed that C was 90 proof, and then I guessed D was 88 proof, but I noticed a difference enough for me to go, oh, it's got to be a lower. I should have thought about it a little bit harder. C was just a superior whiskey. Then moved on from Buffalo Trace to Blanton's, which, again, interesting. Moving from my Buffalo Trace pick, then going back up. So I went from here down and then back up. I didn't appreciate here. I realized this was a dip, but I thought maybe only proof, when it really was a quality and age difference. Then I tasted the Blanton's, which is going to be more age, different aging area. So the quality improved, but went a little bit higher than it should have. And then F was just a weird bottling. That's a weird barrel, that Eagle Rare. I like to go back on blinds and try to compute or think about like why they went the way they went. The way that they placed these, they laid the flight out awesome. Elmer Healy, Rock Hill Farms, Weller 12, Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, Eagle Rare. They should do that for a living. Or Dan should continue to do what he does for a living, because he does that pretty well. Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry for all the blabbering without reading. Last Weller 12 I had was no oak, fruity, but light and watered down. That's so weird, because I've had some really oaky Weller 12s that were really phenomenal. Elmer Tea Leaves basically batched Blanton's. Kind of tastes like it, right? These 2 bottles of Armagnac are more complex, funky, and tastier than 200 bottles of Elite Bourbon and Rye collection. Yeah, I mean, Armagnac is like a dusty bourbon with like super datey, raisiny qualities to it. I could get into Armagnac if I needed to. I definitely could. Kooky Cats is Schlammered. Nice. Mojo, out of maybe 30 Blanton's I drank, probably 25 or similar, and basically Buffalo Trace normal label tasting. I can see that too. I think a lot of it comes with the bottle you pour it out of. It's just kind of the way it works. I'm happy to see that like none of these were a crazy E.H. Taylor, or like if there was like a Pappy 20 in there, it would have been like, wow, I screwed up bad. But they're all pretty run-of-the-mill Buffalo Trace products. Except for that Eagle Rare 12. The Eagle Rare store pick is nuts. All right, last sip. Last sip of the evening. This is the Discovery 11. It sat in a glass for 2 hours almost. Going back to it, what I originally picked up was the fruitiness, like a fresh fruit, apricot. I call it the nucleus, the core, an apricot, like the innards of an apricot, almost peachy. And I don't even smell that at all anymore. Maybe if I like really think about it, but this turned more into like almost like a toffee candy bar, a caramel candy bar, and a store candy bar, or a Heath candy bar, kind of like in a blender. Caramel and toffee. Okay. That's 118 proof. That's much higher proof than the last 6 samples I tasted, and I can see why people really enjoy that. That's got to be turkey. That's got to be turkey in there, not Jim Beam. It has like, I call it the bird's nest. Some people don't quite get it. I'm sure a lot of you do. It's twiggy. It's woodsy. It literally tastes, if you envision a bird's nest, like that's what that is. And I get that on a lot of wild turkey products. finish is a solid finish. I can see Disco 11 tasting that on a fresh palate, going into a review of that. That could be kind of a gangster bourbon right there. That is very good. I think the 10, what was the 10? The 10 was 62% 9-year Kentucky, 18% 13-year Kentucky, which was the majority of 11, 10% Georgia, 8% Kentucky, 6-year, and 2% Tennessee 10-year. What did that smell like? Left-handed SJ. No big deal, still got it. Oh, wow. 10 is a friggin' knuckleball compared to... That's why the Discovery series is so special, because they're all vastly different. That is a knuckleball compared to 11. 11 is like super solid, like just a traditional awesome bourbon. 10, after tasting 11 and all the other stuff I tasted, was like 10 is completely wild. That is weird. Not in a bad way, just weird. They took a different route there. Let's see. Disco 12 is the one to sleep online for. Cookie Cats, I think you mean inline, not online. Online is like on the internet. If you stand in line, that means you're waiting with a group of people in a line. Sorry. Jason Calori says that too. Waiting online. It drives me nuts. You wait in line. You're waiting in line. I'm not going to get off the subject. You don't wait on a line, because you're not on a line. Because if you were on a line, there'd be a line, and you'd be on it. But instead, you and a group of other people are forming a line, and you're standing in that line. You're part of the line. You're standing in line. You don't wait in a queue, Michael. You do not wait in a queue. Also, you call into work if you're sick. You don't call off to work. Oh, he called in sick. No, he didn't call off sick. He called in sick. Just saying. Must be an East Coast thing. It might be. How do I feel about Detling whiskey? Never had it. I've never had Detling. Ain't afraid to try it though. Joe Wanager, dude, settle down. Settle down, Joe. That's a bit rough. If they release it online, then I guess that might be it. Jeez Louise. All right. I'm calling it an evening. Blood Oath, okay, in recap. Blood Oath, Pack 9. Or is it Pack 10? Pack 10. Blood Oath, Pack 10. Like a lot of Blood Oaths, it is what it is. It's a bit nutty. A bit winey. A little bit of sulfur action there. If you are a fan of the Blood Oath line, you'll probably like it. If you are looking for something nutty and wine finished, and you're not like in deep with that yet, if you're looking for something that's like that but not that, I wanted to compare it, but I couldn't find the bottle. Get a Jim Beam Legend. I'm going to do that. When I review the Blood Oath, which I'm going to do, I'm going to review it, but also have Legend with it, which is a quarter of the price. A third of the price. 40, 80, 120. I think, yeah, Legend is under 40 bucks. I'd like to try them next to each other, because maybe I'm crazy, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. A little bit of a Jim Beam Legend. Michters limited release barrel strength rye. I'm on the fence. I need to retaste it on a fresh palate let the bottle breathe a little bit. First impressions, I wasn't like super stoked about it. They're single barrels, and I'm a pretentious friggin' grumpy bugger, so who knows. Bardstown Discovery 11 at first, wasn't sure, waited a couple hours, tasted it again. I kind of see where people are digging it. I might be on board with that as well. I think that's something to really think about. Gonna dive into it on a fresh palate, and I might really, really enjoy that. It didn't blow me away immediately. It wasn't like, oh my God, that's amazing. But I think that it is super solid, and when I revisit it, I might think what do you say? I might think differently. I might think that it is actually fantastic. But first experience with it, it's very good. But not something to like go crazy about, pay secondary for. It's very good. It's very good. And I like the way that it's going. The 10 was nuts. Wild. The 11 for all Kentucky, I like it a lot. And then to wrap everything up, my Buffalo Trace flight went what I would consider to be poorly. So don't believe anything I say. That will end with that. Again, thank you, Alec Bradley Cigar, for sponsoring the video. Love you so much. Thank you, Barrel King, for being amazing and trusting me with your whiskey in June. The weeded blend I put together, I think, is probably the best work I've ever done. I think it would be cool. I know it's not possible, but I think it would be cool. Shit, I should have mentioned this to Jared a long time ago. Maybe like tasting room stuff. This is a thought of mine. Like maybe for their tasting room. So like we put together a blend. Like this is the final product. And then these are the parts that went into making the blend. So that you can see where I'm coming from, where I'm like, there are single barrels of wheated bourbon. And then you work with them, and then you've got to figure out how much of which you have, like how much of each barrel you have, and you put them together, and then like with the right parts, something special happens. And that's what happened with this wheated blend. But I would love for everyone to be able to taste the parts of it that went into the blend, because I think that's what makes this blend so special. Not only do I think it's great, but like even when I tasted the parts of it that went into it, I'm like, how did that happen? How did those make this? Not saying those were bad, but those didn't taste like this. But the final product tasted like that, which is crazy to me. And it makes me happy. And that's the fun thing about blending whiskey, is the final product and just working towards something that might not be better than the sum of its parts, but is more unique and interesting. And it's just like a fun, it's an experiment. Speaking of experiments, I have a thesis. My thesis is it's time for bed. It's been a long week. Lots of driving, lots of Casa Bonita, lots of screaming children, lots of upset wife from sleeping on a concrete floor, which I deserve to hear because I didn't sleep on the floor, she did. And that's that. What did you say? I got laid off and forgot all about Friday Night Live? Thanks. What do you mean you got laid off, Thad? Don't get laid. Don't do that. It's not your fault. I'm sorry, man. Might be online. I'm not going to be online for anything. Sheesh. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Almost 2.5 hours. Holy crap. That went by very fast. Patrons. Foregate. I finalized my Foregate off, like my Foregate thoughts from last week. Also, I have some Nulu stuff, and I need to let Chase know, but I have a 135 proof 6-year Kentucky Nulu straight bourbon whiskey that is a banger that I'm going to pick for my patrons. And then I have those barrel samples I talked about earlier that I need to taste through to see if there's anything in there that is special and that stands out as an offering that I want to give to all of y'all. All of y'all. I don't know. It's just what you say when you're, been around Southerners for forever. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for watching videos this week. Got a video to shoot from the Bourbon Junkies who wanted me to make a top 5 whiskeys that you're drinking now video. We'll shoot that tomorrow. That'll be out early next week. I've got reviews for the Michters, for the Bardstown, for all sorts of shit. There's a lot of bottles I need to review. So, time to get to work. Time for me to get to work. And if you get sick of me, sorry, but too much work. It's just too much. But watch them all from start to finish. Hit the thumbs up and comment and subscribe. I love you. Good night. Bye-bye.